Hello and welcome to Creative Curriculum 101. This video is to teach how to do four-step vocabulary routine. A real explicit way to teach vocabulary. Research has shown that when we teach vocabulary with kiddos, we need to get real deep. The shallow, surfacey traditional way of teaching vocabulary doesn't cement it in the kiddos' in their brain, in their toolbox. So this is one method that you will use with your read alouds daily. You'll just choose 1, 2, maybe three words by the end of the year, maybe not, depending on your audience, to teach before your storybook read. It's really fun, playful routine, and on your shared drive there is an example of four-step vocabulary routine with the children in a real classroom setting. So I'm going to talk you through it, and then if you want to see it in action, go watch the video. All right, boys and girls, before we read our story, we're going to talk about a word in your story, and the word is rescued. Say it, rescued. So the first thing you do is introduce the word. You tell them what it is, you point to it, have that printed connection, and then have them repeat it. Rescued. If you don't get them all, I always do it again, just so they say the word and look at it, make that connection. Rescued. And then the second step is to give a child-friendly definition. So for me, when I do it, I script it on the back, and just so I don't miss a beat, I don't miss a step. So rescue means to save from danger or to help. In this picture, this fireman is rescuing a dog. He is helping the dog. He's saving the saving the dog from danger. In your story today, we will see the lion rescue the bird from a thunder and lightning storm. He reaches up and rescues the bird out of the tree. So the step 3 is illustrate it with examples. We illustrated it with this example. We illustrated it with the lion getting the bird out of there. And then step 4 is the check for understanding. I love to give examples and non-examples when I'm checking for understanding, and a lot of times I'll say yes or no. This is sign language for yes and sign language for no. And so can you one way you can say, can you think of how a firefighter might rescue someone? And see what they give you. Hopefully they give you, they might use their big tall ladder truck to go up into a burning building and rescue somebody, or rescue a kitten out of a tree, or those traditional things you hear. But then get them going to check for that understanding. Okay, tell me yes, tell me no. Would you need to be rescued if you were playing in a mud puddle? And then everybody gives you, yes, I would be, or no, I don't need to be rescued. Is that dangerous? No, that's not dangerous. You don't need to be saved from harm. You're just playing in a mud puddle. No, you don't need to be rescued. What if you were sitting in the library area reading a book? Would you need to be rescued? Would you need to be saved from danger? Hopefully everybody's saying, no, that's silly. No. What if you went swimming and you didn't know how to swim, and you didn't have a life jacket on, and you were in the deep water? Would you need to be rescued maybe? Yeah, that's pretty scary. That's really dangerous. You would need help. And then I always like to follow up with the we stay safe conversation and how. What if you took a walk in the woods and you became lost? Would you need to be rescued? Would you need someone to help you? Yes. What if you were playing with Play-Doh at school? Would you need to be rescued? No. So there's a good way to check for understanding. You've got everybody giving you feedback. They're giving you a signal. Their body's involved, active engagement. And it's fun because you can come up with some pretty fun examples and non-examples of the word. So four-step vocabulary. First step, introduce the word, have a printed reference, have them repeat it. Second step, present a student-friendly definition. Third step, illustrate with examples, and fourth step, check for understanding. A lot of times you'll find that step 3 and 4 kind of meld themselves together, and that's perfectly great. But go deep with that vocabulary and really, really gets a good knowledge base on those words. Anytime you can bring the real item in, like I taught the word stem, I taught the word trowel, I had the real thing. I taught the word apron. I brought the actual item in. Just that much more powerful. Harmonica, same thing. I also I had to teach the word echo, and I was like, how am I going to do echo? There's a great video on YouTube of a trumpet in a canyon and how the sound bounces back and forth. I could have said thousands of words and it would not have explained it as well as that trumpet blasting off the side of that canyon wall. So get creative with your explicit vocabulary instruction. Like, how can I get this so the children truly understand the word? I observed a teacher who was teaching the word nibble, taking little bites, and she brought actual apples to nibble, taking these little nibble bites. And then what it wasn't, a big hum, crunch. Is that a nibble? No. So really, really, those kids knew the word nibble by the time that instruction was done. And so fun, engaging, and so important for that oral language development. So go ahead and watch the video in a real classroom with 4-step vocabulary and enjoy. Thanks.